Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Microphone check. Microphone check. 1, 2. Let me know if the setup is, the music is too loud. All right, guys. Well, new day equals new opportunity. That's something I've always said. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to sit here, new day ahead of us, new market open, and we're going to see what opportunities occur in front of us, right? So currently, I like gold setup. There's a pretty long trend line that was made overnight. Price completely sold off. I'm watching this trend line now for a trend line break. So that's a pretty strong confluence in my opinion. Plus, it's been selling off since Friday, late close to overnight session to this morning. So, Dylan, what up, brother? Good morning. Good morning. So I'm looking for longs. Be patient. You hear the saying, the trend is your friend. That is true. The trend is your friend until it's not, is the opposite side of that. So right now the trend is your friend. You know, there may be shorts popping up here at the open. So if we look at the 1 hour, we got this 13 EMA and 200 crossover. That's pretty bearish. If this red EMA crosses this 200, you're talking about strong selling. But because they're so close, sometimes you see this like aggressive crossover rejection. Like it'll slightly cross over and then completely reject, right? And that's what I'm anticipating in this setup. So we got to be patient. That's the key. And I'm notorious for not being patient. So keep me in check, y'all. Keep me in check. Let's take a look at NQ. What time is it? 6:24. We got 5 minutes or so left till market open. If we dive into NQ, we had this trend line break I drew before market close up into a 1 hour supply. So we had a change of structure on the 5 minute. Price came back up and has rejected there once again. So we go to the 1 hour, take a look at the higher time frames. We're testing all-time high on NQ. So shorts got to be, anticipating some selling pressure. But it is pretty dangerous trying to short all-time highs here. So let's be patient with NQ also. I mean, we're not looking for hundreds of points. We're just looking for enough meat in the bone to make some money, right? We don't want to look for huge plays. We just want to take what is offered to us and get out. That being said, I did pass my 50K with take profit, so I started another one, and my combines with TopStep are at all different prices because I kind of messed that up. So I'm waiting for my credentials, hopefully later today, for the live funded account for TopStep. And yeah, got 4 minutes till market open. 5 minutes, I should say. So let's mark out our levels right quick. Oh, first let's check the news. Let's check the news. All right, refresh. Today's August 11th, and we have no red folder news in our session. Australia has some high impact news, but that's not any of our business at this point. So the skies are clear, no turbulence ahead. All we need to do is, like I said, be patient. All right, let's go ahead and mark out our 1 hour demand here, which we've already tapped. And I'm going to go ahead and clean up our screens just to leave what's in. So it's 1 hour supply. So we're in this range. So for NQ, I'd anticipate either waiting for a break of this 1 hour supply, retest for all-time high, or new highs, new all-time highs, or vice versa, wait for the break of this low, retest, and take it short. And then the last one, which is the one I don't want to be a part of, is chop fest, something like this. So let's stay tight and patient. So for gold, if we jump over to the 1 hour, I have my supply and demand already marked out. So market open for longs, I'm going to be a little bit more particular because of such a strong sell-off. I'd like to see price come down here, break out just slightly, stop a bunch of people out, and then come back up and then break the trend line. Would be the ideal situation. Now, will we get that? I don't know, but I would like to see something of this sort. So if we do see like a 5-minute candle open, come down, break below the supply, and then start to reject up, I'll be taking that long. Minutes left to market open. Gonna leave gold on the left. Open up right. Drink my milkshake. All right, guys, August 11th, market open. Look out there. For the first 10, 15 minutes, everything is pretty much meaningless until we give it some time, give it some context of what price action wants to do. We just sit tight and wait. All right, NQ break in the range here. Liking what I'm seeing for shorts on NQ. Still want to see this break. And I would anticipate a take profit somewhere down here or at this. Got to choose one because gold's coming for the breakout. I'm going to switch my focus over to gold. I just like the longer trend line. All right, we still want to be patient here just because it's closing bullish. We want to wait for a break of the trend line and then a trend line retest. I'll be going in micros on this. Oh man, NQ's looking good, not gonna lie. Break of this trend line or break of this supply. Come down just slightly, retest and go short. But gosh, this is tough, not gonna lie. Deciding which one to go with. I feel like my risk on gold is gonna be minimal in the sense that it's such a strong sell-off. There's got to be a rebound, and whether we're at the right time of the rebound is a question, but I feel like with this anticipation of the trendline break, it should be pretty good. I'd like to re-enter even before the trendline break if it breaks this high. So if we close one more candle higher even before trendline break and come down to retest, I'd still take it long. But technically this is equal highs, so I want to see this break. It's only 6:35. Let this thing play out just a little bit longer. So I'm on this thing called Hue. 2 scoops, which is 400 calories. So I can lose weight. Completely plant-based. Let's zoom down to 1 minute. Get the crossover of the 50 and the 13, which is nice. If I want to be aggressive on my entry, I would look to go long here. But there's not much confluence to be going long. Like if I were to talk about a bull case, we're in 1 hour. We rejected it. We pushed back up. That's pretty much it. I don't have much confidence in going short here right now. I want to see breakout above these highs and then a retest to go to take a long. The banana smoothie doesn't taste that good, but it's there. All right, looks like we're coming back up. Curious to see what my risk would be if I took this long. Yeah, I'm gonna take this long if we break above here. I'm risking 385 bucks on my TPT challenge. And I'll risk, I think, like 270 on TopStep. I'm going in a little bit aggressive on the challenge just because it's a challenge. I'm totally fine with it. If this was the live account, I'd probably be way more patient, but I'm fine taking a loser on a live or on a challenge account. Haven't been filled yet on TopStep, so
Order filled.
$406. So 270 on TopStep account. 4286. Six for TP. Ideally want to see this 5-minute candle close above these highs. Nice and strong. Excuse. So if we see this 13 EMA, so this 13 EMA started to curl up, which is great. And then the 50 starting to flatline a bit, which is good. The bullish signal. And if we see these two cross, we're really in a good position. I'm going to add in and raise my stops if it comes back. All right, we had a nice 5-minute candle close above this high. I'm okay if there's one more rejection here for the longs breakout. I would like to try to add in. If you're in this trade and waiting for trendline break, add more confluence. But right now, let's just, anticipate that this can still reject lower. We'd want to see a clear, strong trendline break for us to be confident. I got in pretty aggressive here. I was going to wait for the trendline break, but, you take the shot, have some sort of idea of what you're trying to shoot for. My take profit is close to the 200 EMA, which can be a while if we get there. But that's what I mean. Let's take a peek at what NQ's doing. Oh, dang. This was one of the plays we were going to wait for. That didn't happen. Price has come up, so it might be that third option where we're just in Chop City. So if you're watching NQ, I'd be patient and wait for a breakout in these areas. So far, we're looking good, guys, on GC. Not out of the clear yet. We want to see this 5-minute candle close above. There's always a chance. I mean, the trend, if the trend is your friend right now, we're going against the trend, right? We're trying to catch a reversal. So this 13 EMA and 50, if they do cross, then I feel confident the 200 is going to be a good area for take profit. There's the rejection of the trend line. If I get filled these extra 2 micros, I'm going to raise my stop to be the same amount of stop loss. My apologies. I got that morning phlegm and I'm just drinking coffee and a shake. Like, I don't have... not drinking enough liquids that provide hydration. That's the word I'm looking for. We're chilling. Get filled on these extra 2, so I'll just take that off. I think he looks like it wants to break up, but showing exhaustion. Take a look. Ah, yeah. It looks like it. You know, we broke this last lower high. So if I were to get in aggressive without much confluence, it'd be right now, right over here. But the EMAs are flat, so it's not something I'd be intrigued in at the moment. I'd wait for a breakout here of the highs and then a retest to go. But everybody's got their confluences. Right, the 13 and the 200 or the 50 are getting closer to crossing. We run the risk of these two rejecting each other strong. But that's how it is. So but right now we're currently chilling. I am considering going to break even, but I think I'm going to give it a little bit of breathing room, some time. If I had the live account from Take Profit Trader, I'd still be waiting. I'd want to see very strong breakout here and wait for it to come retest the trend line or my entry area to go. But if we zoom in on the 1 minute, it is chilling, consolidating slightly, which we are definitely, again, in a downtrend. We're coming into a strong supply area on a 5 minute. So I don't think it's going to be an easy break through these sell orders, if there are any in this area. All we can do is manage risk and manage the trade best as possible. I don't know what I'm saying. Just it's the most uncomfortable thing. Like right now I want to take profit because, oh, what if it comes back down? Ignore those thoughts. You have a beautiful Arizona morning. So we are again waiting to see if we can get to the 200 EMA as a take profit. You know, just slightly before that. We go to the 1 hour. The 13 and 200 were going to cross, like I discussed earlier this morning. But there is that potential of them like completely rejecting off each other. On the higher time frames, the higher the time frame, the bigger the move is the idea. So if we were feeling extremely confident in this trade, then I'd feel like this 1 hour supply would be solid area for take profit, but I'm not trying to hold you guys for the next 3 hours. So, and I'm not trying to be in a trade for the next 3 hours. We're almost at the top of the hour, 4 minutes. Check what NQ is doing. Yikes. This morning we just said there were 3 trades, which is essentially trading, but break of the highs, retest to go long, break of the lows, retest to go short, or, you know, you get this all morning. Because the ranges are so close together that this is a possibility. At some point, it's got to go high or low, and when it ends up breaking, it'll move. It'll make a move. But NQ at the moment is in Chop City, and I would probably wait for the highs before taking in. Okay, guys, we are stalling quite a bit on this 5-minute supply, which we discussed, but the 13 EMA did cross the 200, and we got the trend line break. So for the bullish sentiment on this trade, I think there will be more buyers coming in to hold up this price. Can we anticipate rejection back into the trend line? Sure. But I'm feeling a bit more confident as price continues to play out. Now, if we break above this 5-minute supply and we close above it, then I'm going to move to break even at that point. But let's see. We live by if and then statements. Okay. If this happens, then we do. I used to just do, and that did not work out too well. All right, so we are getting that rejection in the 5-minute supply. "32 seconds left on this 5-minute. I'd like to see buyers step in. We might also get the rejection of this 13 and 50 cross of the EMAs. But right now, we just sit tight. Our NQ looks like it's wanting to go long, but it also looked like it wanted to go short. So we just need to be patient for NQ. If you're going to be going longs or shorts, you know, I would wait for a break of these two ranges. But I might be wrong. Okay, so we are still, the bears are still in somewhat control, which is fine. Our stops are wide enough for me to feel confident in the change of structure. For the bullish sentiment, you know, we closed above these highs. So a retest of this area before the next leg long would be nice, but listen guys, it might just reject and just go lower and stop us out. But that's trading. That's running the risk. And yeah, sure, hindsight's 2020. I could have taken profit at this 5-minute supply, but that's not what I'm shooting for. I'm looking for the 200. What I did think about this weekend was trading minis and looking for shorter trades on the 1-minute, you know. If I would have traded 2 minis on gold, that would have been $1,000. $1,000 right here. 2 minis, but I would have been risking $1,000. So I'm still, you know, risk is always anywhere from 250 to 350 depending on the account I trade with. But yeah, I like this trade still. I'm actually hearing myself talk through these things, feeling a bit frustrated that I didn't take profit or that price is coming back down. But you know, what can you do? You have no control over what price is going to do. What I can say is if we come back into this area and we continue pushing longer from here, like if we break up higher, good confidence in saying that we can hit the 200 even this 1 hour supply. But all we can do is keep our hands off the trigger as much as possible. Oh, sure, I want to move to break even, but I've been there before where it hits you at break even and it keeps going longer. Like, I need to see some sort of, I need to add some confluence for me to go to break even. Trump is speaking right now. Freaking Trump is speaking. Hey, that can be good or bad, but I'm hoping it's good for gold. That could be really bad for NQ, to be honest, because I know some of those tariffs or whatnot on chips and tech. Jeez, man, look at this. Let's zoom down to the 1 minute on NQ. You were going long here, just stopped all these people out, and then this wick could have got people interested to go long. So there's probably people going long here, and price might come all the way down. So it's a very tricky area at the moment for NQ. Very, very tricky area. But hopefully Trump says something exciting for all of us, and we're just hopefully on the right side of the trade. All right, so this is what the 1 minute looks like. It looks good so far. Yeah, we're rejecting a bit, but this 50 EMA crossing the 200 is what's holding us up, and that's completely reasonable. So, you know, first time around, we got the 13 to cross the 200. Now we're looking for this 50 to cross the 200 also. And on the 1 minute, we are now in a bullish sentiment. We go back out to the 5 minute. We have the strong crossover of the 13 and the 50. Let's zoom out to the 1 hour. And it looks like price is wanting to reject the EMA crossover of the 13 and the 50. Sorry, the 13 and the 200 on the 1 hour time frame, which is would be great. So if we start to see this 13 start to curl up, that'd be really good bullish sentiment. But overall, guys, we just have to be careful because this is going against us. We're trying to catch a bounce. I'm not trying to look for the biggest bounce ever, but just trying to catch some sort of reversal. I'm going to put a line here for take profit, potential take profit, because two things. We have the 200 on the 1 hour, and then also this wick could be a place where liquidity, or I don't want to say liquidity, price comes out. I just don't like using terms from ICT and whatnot, but a place where price I feel like can reject and then go lower. So far we're looking good. If a 5 minute candle closes above this, this wick, I'm going to move to break even. Morning, sir or ma'am. Yes, trader. Awesome. Thanks for subbing, man. Or ma'am. Appreciate it. I'm going to create some sort of like OBS click button when someone subs so your name pops up. I don't know how to do that yet. Still learning this OBS software. All right, so this whatever candle you want to call it, I don't know what they call this, morning star, whatever. I call this an indecision candle. So it's a little concerning, but we're gonna allow. Awesome, Miss. All right, thank you, Miss, for subbing. I'm gonna just keep my stop loss where it's at because I do think longs or buyers are still wanting to take this higher. Is there a chance that price wants to come into our entry area? Sure. My stop loss is far enough for me to feel confident that it has some breathing room to come down here, retest, chop a little bit, and go higher. So I'm going to stay at break, or I'm going to stay here with my stop loss. But like Dylan said in the chat, Trump is speaking. So we got to be careful. We got 1 minute candle left on this 5 minute candle. Let's zoom out to the 15 minute here. You know, we had this strong 15 minute candle close on the 13. Beautiful. So that gives me a bit more confidence in what we're looking at. We're in this 15 minute supply, but we're just chilling. There really isn't much information to know what's going to happen next. I've learned not to do anything talking. That's smart. That's smart. Might have to take account to that because I just look at the news, red folder news. Maybe we can take a listen to Trump. Let me find out where Trump is at. Mr. Trump. All right, I found him. Found Trump. Oh, he's not speaking yet, huh? Dang it, y'all. Yeah, you guys got me all interested to go break even because he's talking. So yeah, screw it. I'm gonna just take the. I'm gonna go ahead and go to break even because of Mr. Trump speaking. So thank you to everybody in the chat for letting me know. But we are now at break even on this trade. Late as usual. Honestly, this is the first time I've ever watched Trump speak. So, and I don't lean right or left, and I'm not into politics, and that might ruffle some feathers, but I can care less who's in office. Do you really think your vote counts? All right, not to get. Do you really think your vote counts? Do you think that your vote actually makes a difference? He's not red folder, but it goes crazy when he talks. Break even, good idea. Yeah, same here. Yeah, I mean, he isn't red folder, right? But you're right. Yes, when he talks, things tend to move quickly. So I'm gonna. The guy can literally say, "Buy gold." We'd hit TP, but obviously that may not happen. Yeah, we're at break even. Just chilling at this point. I do like my risk on the trade. I'm okay with losing that money, but I'm not okay losing the money because of someone speaking, right? That throws my risk reward off by quite a bit. But yeah, I don't see him speaking yet. Let me see if I can. Let me do this. I'm going to delete that. And Chrome. Speaking live.
Millions of women experience hair loss. Hers has helped
Stupid
thousands
commercials.
of them grow it back. Through Hers, you can get access.
Is 22 years old, but think about that. The President of the United States going after a young woman who was not much older than his daughter, who was living under the same roof. Megyn Kelly sees it slightly different, someone I have great respect for as well. That, oh, she had a decision in it, and yes, she did, Ms. Lewinsky. But we know now the way the federal government harassed her in that process.
President Trump to hold a press conference.
Sought to intimidate the entire family. And it ruined
I have
her life.
YouTube Premium, but I'm using it on my Safari app, and for whatever reason, I can't drag Safari over to the screen. So
Epstein's Island at least 28 times via the Lolita Express, which then, as the sitting president, would have been Air Force One. Look forward to this Justice Department.
what is he talking about?
The bottom
Is
of that
I have no
story, and we will stay on it wherever the crumbs lead, wherever it does, because that's what it's all about.
I don't want to be about politics in here, but I don't keep up with any of it
because
unless it affects me,
to you, the American people, you
like directly.
people. It's a very cornerstone of this great nation. It's a constitutional republic, democracy.
Gold is playing on this trend line.
To you, sometimes they forget about that. And
Lower him down quite a bit. Oh, there you go. We got a nice bounce.
New York, or Senator Adam Shifty Schiff, now under investigation for mortgage fraud. The same thing they wanted to bring against President Trump, and simply were using.
Have a nice bounce on gold off the trend line.
Liberty and justice for all. We look forward to where all these weeks and months will lead us into this extraordinary 2020.
Yeah, exactly. Last time I was like heavily watching the news and like politics and stuff like that was 2020. And that's when I started trading actually. But I was trading stocks. So, Apple, all blue chip. And then I was playing with freaking options, which is even more riskier. But yeah, there's so many like things happening in the politics world that I just don't even. I can care less. I don't want to hear this guy talk. Let's click. There you go. That's much better. We're just chilling. Let's wait till he pops up. Let's see live. We're watching him live talk and talk live and see if it affects our gold trade. What time is he supposed to speak? Dang. Looks like everything pauses when he speaks. We're in Chop City on gold now. And Q is making higher highs and lower highs on the 5 minute, which is nice, but it's pretty choppy. It's not like it's clean. Come on, gold. Yeah. It's so bad for your mental health. Yeah, I totally agree. Totally agree. My wife and I try to keep ourselves out of it unless it's literally affecting our life like at the moment right now. So yeah, I can see it. I mean, we're about to get stopped out. I can see price coming into this 5 minute demand. It's over here. I can totally see price moving to this 5-minute demand right here. Coming in here, retesting, and then going long. I can see that happening. So, man, part of me just wants to go back to my stop loss because I'm okay losing it, to be honest, guys. I'm okay losing the trade. On Take Profit Trader, those accounts are a little bit lower. I mean, on my TopStep accounts, that's a little bit lower. On this challenge account on TPT, it's a $385 risk. I'm kind of okay with that. Like, it's not too bad. On these accounts, I need more buffer because I'm kind of low on the Take Profit. I have 5 of them, so there's like $500 left in there. So I'd rather have another shot on those. But yeah, I should get my live Take Profit Trader account today or tomorrow. You know, ES, you're smart. Look, watch what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hit it right now. Actually, no, you're swaying my decisions. ES, you're swaying my decisions. You're making me. Uh-oh, he's cheering for something. All right, if it goes below 150, let me lock in 150 bucks. How about that? Let's call it 150. Boom. 150. I'm locking in 150 bucks on Take Profit or on TopStep.
Order filled.
All right. There you go. It gives me a little bit more breathing room. But what if it doesn't come back down? ES, that, you know what I mean? What if it doesn't? That's the fear, but it's all good. There's always opportunities in the market. Is he coming? No. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I'm up 210. Just gonna move my stops there. That's a good perspective. Why not get something for your time? You're right. You're right. Trades that I'm in are usually 20 to 30 minutes. So technically, you look at this 5-minute, got in here 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45 minutes I've been in this trade. Plus when he talks, yeah, screw it. We're closing it. Is it if him talking, if I need to find out when he talks now for my trades, then I need to do that. And just adds another element. But all right, we're completely out. Made a little profit on that trade. Let's see here, 178 bucks. Ain't mad at that. Take a look at NQ. Nice, 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 nice. You'll feel a lot better making a decision being flat right now, probably. Yeah, and you know what? There's always opportunity in the market. So if I miss out, I miss out. If it hits my stop loss, if it would have hit my stop loss, sweet. But I like the perspective you guys are bringing, which is he's talking, and let's wait till he's done talking. So right now, though, ES or NQ looks pretty interesting. We're about to break this 1-hour supply here, and if we break higher, look for some sort of retest to go long. Boom. Down here. Hoping that the 13 EMA comes up here. Boom. That's right. Yes, ma'am. You're right. There's plenty of time to make money in the market. Plenty. Got the whole week ahead of us, and I just passed that 50K challenge with TPT. Oh, that kind of hurts. I'm not gonna lie, this kind of hurts. But if this trade hits take profit, it's all good. I'm okay with it. Yes, I ain't gonna blame you, okay? But if this hits take profit, I'm gonna give you slight blame, like 25% blame. Okay, 75% to Trump, 25% to you. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Thank you. Yeah, I already had a TPT challenge passed, but I accidentally traded during news, meaning I left a limit order open and it got filled with news and then stopped out and then they closed my account, but I got to take profit out of it. You're good. I'm just kidding. Because look, now it's coming down. So now I'm thanking you. See, thank you. Yes, thank you for having me get stopped out. If it comes on here, then I'm gonna start blaming you. If it comes down here, I'm gonna start thanking you. See, so we'll let the market choose. I'm just kidding. Man, what time is this guy supposed to speak? We're home now. What time is Trump speaking today? 10 a.m. Eastern. 7 8 7 hours from. He should be speaking already. This guy. He wants to make sure everybody's paying attention. Dragging his feet. He probably literally is dragging his feet. I usually try to get off by 8, but we'll see. Is it like this when he talks? Is he always late? Dang, if it's like that, man. Shoot. Mr. Trump, we got to move on with our lives. This could have been an email. You know those people saying that. This could have been an email. Literally, this could have been an email. Probably. Not gonna lie. Yeah, seriously. Price is just. Oh, I'm thanking you. Thank you, ES. Thank you. Thank you, ES, for having me get out. Okay, Mr. Trump. Yeah, sometimes you do gotta trust your gut, right? Oh, yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Look at that. I will better make a little something than sit there for an hour and not make anything. And I've done that. I've been guilty of sitting there for an entire hour to lose money too. So honestly, talked me into saving money. Actually making money. But look, it hit that 5 minute demand. Got this 5 minute demand drawn out, right? And might go along. This guy Trump, man. I'm gonna delete everything because at this point it's all meaningless until this guy talks. Ah, you're a veteran. You got battle scars. You've got battle scars. I can tell. Literally, look at all these people like anticipating. One of them's hot. He's fanning himself. They're wearing three-piece suits. You know what I mean? All shoulder to shoulder. I'd rather wait for a reentry on days like this. It's true. Reentry is smart. But dang. Yes, you saved me some money. Thank you. Money. Yada yada. This Trump meeting's killing me. Killing me softly with his words, telling my whole life with his words, killing me soft with his song, drumming my pain with his fingers. And with his words. Oh my gosh, 30 minutes late. With his sound. Hey, one of my copy. I will ask Cameron. Morning. Okay. Nothing. Is he on the AC? Is he on the AC? Well, it has to be. Yeah. It has to be under vertical. Yeah, yeah. He said he did 20. Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I've already reached out. Yep. Some of them want equity in the business. They want to know what equity is to lean and to leverage. So that kind of narrows. No, right, yeah. Right. Yeah. Right. Of course. Yeah. You know what you're worth. So yeah. Well, the issue is I don't know how much equity is in it. Like how if the business is profitable, how much it's worth. worth something, what the equity is, because that's what they're looking against. Yeah, most likely the banks are going to. Yeah, 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 yeah. They're out there. Yeah, right. Yeah, right, right, right. Yeah, save us. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll get on them today. I reposted the truck yesterday. Got a bunch of people. One person wants to come today, so I'm gonna try to get that. Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh yeah. Same thing. Capital. You need working capital. So. I'll, oh yeah, 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 yeah. That was funny. Want to have a quiet morning and get out of here, but now I have to wait for this nonsense to finish. Yes, exactly. If you're still here, yes, yes. Sorry about that. Yeah, exactly. I totally agree. And looks like gold uh, would have hit our stop loss. So, GG's, everybody. GG's. We definitely got out with a little bit of profit. 736, he's still not here. Insane. Longs on NQ. Like I low key just want to take a trade now, just because. GG's. Yeah, I definitely am like, thank you for letting me know. For one, Trump is speaking, but now frustrated because he's not here to talk. It's like FOMC speech. Now that I know affects the market, so I usually try to stay out before Fed speaks. But okay, we got something going on. Here comes the preliminary. Let me turn it up for y'all. Oh crap! You guys hear that? Oh, it. They're just not saying anything. That's why you can't hear anything. I know we had a no news Monday, but then bam. No, seriously, that I literally checked the news this morning when I started the live. That's what I usually do. I was like, oh, clear skies, no turbulence, you know, we should be good. But literally, this Chop City started at 7 a.m. 7 a.m. This 7 a.m. candle, this indecision wick candle,
Wow.
was when he was supposed to talk. Oh, here we go.
Been up here a lot. I've never seen a crowd like this.
Here we go.
We need a ballroom, and that's happening. It's going to be a beautiful ballroom. This is really a lot of people. Most
I'm
I've
long.
never seen
I'm
this.
long ballrooms. He's building them.
And we're here for a very serious purpose. Very serious purpose. Something's out of control, but we're going to put it in control very quickly, like we did on the southern border. I'm announcing a historic action to rescue our nation's capital from crime, bloodshed, bedlam, and squalor, and worse. This is Liberation Day in D.C., and we're going to take our capital back. We're taking it back. Under the authorities vested in me as the President of the United States, I'm officially invoking Section 740 of the District of Columbia Home Rule Act. You know what that is? And placing the D.C. Metropolitan Police Department under direct federal control, and you'll be meeting the people that will be directly involved with that. Very good people, but they're tough, and they know what's happening, and they've done it before. In addition, I'm deploying the National Guard to help reestablish law, order, and public safety in Washington, D.C., and they're going to be allowed to do their job properly. And you people are victims of it, too. You know, you're reporters, and I understand a lot of you tend to be on the liberal side, but you don't want to get mugged and raped and shot and killed. And you all know people and friends of yours that happened. And so you can be anything you want, but you want to have safety in the streets. You want to be able to leave your apartment or your house where you live and feel safe and go into a store to buy a newspaper or buy something. And you don't have that now. The murder rate in Washington today is higher than that of Bogota, Colombia, Mexico City, some of the places that you hear about as being the worst places on earth. Much higher. This is much higher. The number of car thefts has doubled over the past 5 years, and the number of carjackings has more than tripled. Murders in 2023 reached the highest rate probably ever. They say 25 years, but they don't know what that means because
Uh-oh, my bad.
our capital city has been overtaken by violent gangs and bloodthirsty criminals, roving mobs of wild youth, drugged out maniacs and homeless people. And we're not going to let it happen anymore.
Watching Shorts on Gold.
Yeah, just like we did on our southern border. Nobody comes through our southern border anymore. 3 months in a row, we had zero. I don't know if that's right, but the people that do the work, it's a very liberal group of people, actually, and they actually said zero for the last 3 months. Nobody thought a thing like that was possible. And, you know, when you take a look at numbers, I just saw some charts. These are different cities throughout the world. Red is, okay, the red is a place called Washington, D.C. Look at these. Baghdad we doubled up on Baghdad. Panama City, Brasilia, San Jose, Costa Rica, Bogota, Colombia, heavy drugs. Mexico City, I mentioned, Lima, Peru, all double and triple what they are. So do you want to live in places like that? I don't think so. I don't think so. And I think the people in this room, if you wrote correctly, you'd see, look at the kind of numbers we have. D.C., 41 per 100,000, number one that we can find anywhere in the world. Other cities are pretty bad, but they're not as bad as that.
Can't see what I can't see what you're showing us, sir.
Juvenile offenders and crimes against persons, as they say. It's getting worse. Not getting better, it's getting worse. And we had a recent indication. There was a story about a man who was just left. He quit because he was asked to do phony numbers on crime. And we're going to look into that. I think Pam is going to be looking into that. But he was asked by the city, I guess, that we don't want to show the real numbers. Let me do numbers so it looks like it's going down. Not going down. And under Biden, it was a disaster. And nobody did anything about it. We're going to do things about it like you wouldn't believe.
Look at me. My mind's chasing trades. I like this short.
Their government in safety, and countless federal officials and employees likewise.
I'm liking the short.
Jobs in peace without being shot. As you know, I lost a very good person a while ago. Was shot waiting for his wife. He was in the car. They robbed his car. They shot him. They killed him like it was nothing to it. She was walking to the car. It's a horror show. This issue directly impacts the functioning of the federal government and is a threat to America. Really, it's a threat to our country. We have other cities also that are bad, very bad. You look at Chicago, how bad it is. You look at Los Angeles, how bad it is. We have other cities that are very bad. New York has a problem. And then you have, of course, Baltimore and Oakland. We don't even mention that anymore. They're so far gone. We're not going to let it happen. We're not going to lose our cities over this. And this will go further. We're starting very strongly with D.C., and we're going to clean it up real quick, very quickly, as they say. Days ago, a former member of the DOJ staff was savagely beaten by a band of roving thugs after defending a young woman from an attempted carjacking. He was left dripping in blood. He thought he was dead, with a broken nose and concussion. Can't believe that he's alive. He can't believe it.
Taking this short on gold in this 5-minute supply. If we get filled.
Killed after being hit by a stray bullet in a drive-by shooting. A former Trump administration official named Mike Gill, fantastic person, was murdered last year in cold blood in a carjacking block.
Just on the TPT account, I think. Actually, no, I'll take it short on.
We all knew him. Great person.
Only risk
For his wife,
like $200.
he was walking to the car. A Democrat congressman was also carjacked at gunpoint not far from the Capitol.
Yeah, I like the short. I mean, we broke structure here.
Senator Rand Paul was stabbed in the chest and head by a demented lunatic as he walked down the street, just absolutely for no reason. Horrifically, last July 4th weekend.
This is 5-minute supply here.
Shot in the head and killed while sitting in a car near the Capitol. It's becoming a situation of complete and total lawlessness. And we're getting rid of the slums, too. We have slums here. We're getting rid of them. I know it's not politically correct. You'll say, oh, so terrible. No, we're getting rid of the slums where they live. Caravans of mass youth rampage through city streets at all times of the day. There are ATVs, motorbikes. They travel pretty well. Entire neighborhoods are now under emergency curfews. Just this past weekend, gunfire went through, and you saw that, the Navy Yard. I saw it this morning. They saw that they fought back against law. See, they fight back until you knock the hell out of them, because it's the only language they understand. But they fought back against law enforcement last night. And they're not going to be...
Yeah, I saw a little bit of this last night. Oops.
And they're not going to be fighting back long.
I watched some of this last night about what's happening in DC, so it is pretty bad. Makes sense to why he's doing this, but it's crazy that the whole market goes sideways when he talks.
In uniform, they're standing, and they're screaming at him an inch away from their face, and then they start spitting in their face.
Oh my gosh, NQ.
You tell them, you spit, and we hit, and they can hit real hard. It's a disgusting thing. I've watched that for years, for 3-4 years. I've watched them. The police are standing, and they're told, don't do anything under any such. So and you can see they want to get at it. And they're standing there, and people are spitting in their face, and they're not allowed to do anything. But now they are allowed to do whatever the hell they want. This dire public safety crisis stems directly from the abject...
All right, it didn't get filled. It's taking too long, so I'm just gonna. I thought we were gonna come back up and then push down.
Cash bail.
With this 5-minute candle,
Every place in the country
kind
we
of scares
have
me.
no
So
cash bail is a disaster. That's what started the problem in New York, and they don't change it. They don't want to change it. That's what started it.
just gonna sit tight, see if price comes up here, and see what happens.
Bad leadership started it, but that was the one thing that's central. No cash bail.
Next, I'll be looking at shorts here.
No cash bail before the day is out.
I want to see this break.
We're going to end that.
Come back up to retest to go
We're
short.
going to change the statute. I spoke with Pam and Todd and everybody. We're going to change the statute, and I'm going to have to get the Republicans to vote because the Democrats are weak on crime. Totally weak on crime. They don't know why. They want to stop because they get mugged too. But we're going to change no cash bail. We're going to change the statute and get rid of some of the other things. And we'll count on the
Oh
Republicans
my
in
NQ.
Congress and Senate to vote. We have the majority, so we'll vote. We don't have a big majority, but we've gotten everything, including the great big.
I mean, I like shorts, but the EMAs are flat.
And that's one of the
You know, they're
greatest
just
things
going
ever happened in
sideways.
this country.
So
Starting to figure it out how good it is.
dangerous.
Tax cut in history, so many things. But we'll be able to get that done. So Todd, if you and Pam can draw up things working with the people, I'll get it passed. We'll get it passed with the Republicans. Probably won't get, think of this,
Yeah, it's true.
probably won't get one Democrat vote.
When GC, NQ, and ES
Doing.
are all going down, it's a note for me.
Men
I like to.
playing women's
I'm a bear at heart, so I
They
like to
want
go short a lot.
transgender for
So
everybody transgender, and they just got walloped in an election in a landslide, and they haven't changed one thing. I saw the other day the certain gentleman who was very well-known politician, Democrat, was fighting like hell that men should be allowed to play in women's sport. They just don't get it. They said it's an 80-20 issue, and I think it's a 97-3 issue. And I don't know who the three are. I've never heard anybody nobody's ever come up to me, sir, you have to let men play in women's sports.
short in this 5-minute supply does look good,
I don't know where
but
this issue even comes from.
we'd be having to fight through these EMAs, and
But they turned our nation's
like that.
capital into a sanctuary jurisdiction. That's the other thing. We have to get rid of sanctuary cities as quickly as possible. We're going to do it, too. We have to. Because it's sanctuary for criminals.
all right, 2 plays here.
Releasing illegal alien gang members.
I might turn them down just slightly. 2 plays here that I'd be looking for. Test up into this 5-minute supply. Maybe some sort of confirmation to go short. That's number 1. Number 2, price comes back up, breaks above this 5-minute supply, comes back and retest, and then long. Those are my 2 plays I'm going to look for currently. What scares me is, yes, we are in a downtrend, right? But how much further can this actually go? Realistically, how much further can this go? There is a huge 1-hour candle here, which I feel like it's going to fall in, tap, and go higher on the 1 hour. Come down and tap, but you just never know. Well, I'm going to get some breakfast and wait until this is over. Yeah, enjoy breakfast. I appreciate you joining the stream, and hopefully see you next time. Appreciate you subbing. Take care.
Look at the border. Biden said there's nothing you can do. Kamala was the border czar. She never called one of the border patrol agents who are great. ICE is great. Never spoke to anybody. Never went there.
Hopefully we hold. We never know. Exactly.
And
We
everybody
never
said
know.
It was impossible to fix. I fixed it in 3 months. No, really.
Technically, if I still had my short order, I'd be in short right now. But
The last couple of months. And I mean, literally to a point where, as I said, 0 illegals entering.
yeah,
our
same here.
country
I'll be live all
last
every day this week.
90 days. Pretty amazing.
And Dylan,
It's time
thanks
dramatic
for letting me
action.
know
Look
about
at
Trump
the city
earlier.
of Miami. It's going to be a very safe city very soon. We're not
Take care,
looking at
yes.
years, because a lot of people die in years, and we've got incredible people in this.
Man, my
country,
short
except we have to
would have
allow
worked a
them
bit,
to do
but
their job.
it's all good.
That,
It's all good.
We will deliver like nobody's ever delivered before. I actually think it's easy. You know, if you're competent,
We just
it's
don't know
easy
how
to
much
do
further
something
gold can go
that's
down.
impossible. But I'm very competent. Last week, my administration surged 500 federal agents into the district, including from the FBI, ATF, DEA, Park Police, the U.S. Marshal Service, the Secret Service, and the Department of Homeland Security. You know, a lot of nations, they don't have anything like that. They got some police, and they're rough police. They don't have DEA, ATF, FBI, Park Police, the U.S. Marshal Service, Secret Service, Department of Homeland Security. They got some police, but they're rough police, and they do their job. They don't have crime. We're not going to have crime either. They made dozens of arrests, and that's what starts to happen. Again, cashless bail. Watch what we do with that. Today, we're formally declaring a public safety emergency. This is an emergency. This is a tragic emergency. And it's embarrassing for me to be up here. You know, I'm going to see Putin. I'm going to Russia on Friday. I don't like being up here talking about how unsafe and how dirty and disgusting this once beautiful capital was, with graffiti all over the walls. It's another part of it, by the way, because we're talking about safety, but we're also talking about beautification. We have the most beautiful, potentially, capital in the world. We always had. But people come from Iowa, they come from Indiana, they come and then they get mugged. Not going to happen. Keep coming, because by the time you get your trip set, it's going to be safe again, and it's going to be clean very quickly. We're going to replace the medians that are falling down all over the roads. We're going to replace the potholes. We're going to put a nice new coat of asphalt over the top. No, we don't have to rip the road out and spend 7 years building a new road because they cut everything. Because some designers said, well, we need a quarter of an inch more turn for safety reasons. No, we're going to do it right. We're going to get it done quickly. So today we're declaring public safety emergency in the District of Columbia, and Attorney General Pam Bondi, who's fantastic, is taking command of the Metropolitan Police Department as of this moment. And I'll be making the appropriate notifications to Congress and to the mayor, our new DEA administrator, who's one of the top in the country. He better be Terry. If you're not, I'm going to get rid of you so fast. Terry Cole. Terry, thanks. Very good. We just got him. Most highly recommended person. And you'll be designated as the interim federal commissioner of the Metropolitan Police Department. Okay? And you run them tough. They're good. You have a lot of good people. You have people that shouldn't be there. You also have people that shouldn't be there. They got in there because of woke. But you have a lot of great police. And those people are the ones that want to help you. This city will no longer be a sanctuary for illegal alien criminals. We will have full, seamless, integrated cooperation at all levels of law enforcement, and we'll deploy officers across the district with an overwhelming presence. You'll have more police, and you'll be so happy because you'll be safe. When you walk down the street, you're going to see police, or you're going to see FBI agents. We're going to have a lot of agents on the streets. You're going to have a lot of essentially military, and we will bring in the military if it's needed. By the way, we're going to have National Guard, but Pete Hegseth will tell you about it. We will
Imagine martial law
People say, oh,
all over again.
it's so terrible. He's going to bring in. It's been.
That's what it's sounding like.
Over the years. I don't think we'll.
I get there's a lot of crime, but
so many great people.
it sounds like there's going to be martial law one day here in the future.
They'll immediately begin massive enforcement operations targeting known gangs, drug dealers, and criminal networks to get them the hell off the street, maybe get them out of the country, because a lot of them came into our country illegally. They shouldn't have been allowed in. They come from Venezuela. They come from all over the world. We're going to get them the hell out. They won't be here long. But some of these people, a lot of them, are homegrown criminals. And these are bad people. These are rough people. And this is just a list of some of the people that were given to me today that were criminals removed from the D.C. streets this weekend. They were rough and tough. But we're rougher and tougher. Look at these people here. Nothing, you know. They're not going to be your local school teacher. Look at this guy. He has killed people numerous times. They're not going to be an asset. They will never be an asset to society. I don't care. I know we all want to say, oh, they're going to be rehabbed. It's not going to be rehabbed. I'm going to ask Doug Burgum to come up and say a couple of words because he's in charge, as you know. He's Interior, but he's in charge of the U.S. Park Police. And I've heard so many great things about the Park Police. They're proud of it. They've been there for a long time. Their families oftentimes grow into the roles. They love the country. They love this area. So, Doug, could you say a few words, please?
Thank you, Mr. President. On behalf of the U.S. Park Police, this is the oldest federal police force in the nation. They were formed in 1791 by none other than President George Washington. They've got the awesome responsibility of protecting our nation's most sacred monuments. The National Mall, Washington Monument, Jefferson Memorial, Lincoln Memorial, Statue of Liberty, and out west, the Presidio and the Golden Gate area. These folks have tens of millions of visitors a year, the kind of people that President Trump's talking about that come from around the country and around the world to see our sacred and learn about our history and our sacred monuments. They've been doing a fantastic job, but they are so pleased, the rank and file, that President Trump is now allowing them to enforce the law. As those of you that live in the city may know, that the circles and the triangle parks that are spread throughout D.C. are actually federal park property. So the U.S. Park Police also have responsibility for that. These became littered with homeless camps under the Biden administration. All of you saw that. Since President Trump's executive order on March 27th, making D.C. safe and beautiful again, the U.S. Park Police have removed over 70 homeless camps. And President Trump also talked about beautification. They're stopping and enforcing the laws against graffiti on our monuments. They've removed over 80 specific attacks against our history with graffiti on our monuments. So they continue to do a great job, whether it's in their vehicles, on foot, or on the mounted police that you see around the National Mall. And President Trump, they thank you. The rank and file is so happy to be enforcing the law again. Thank you for your leadership. And they're excited about the announcement you're making today.
Thank you. Very good. Great job you're doing. Thank you very much. Pete, could you say something about the military, if you would?
Well, Mr. President, it's an honor to be here. And at your direction this morning, we've mobilized the D.C. National Guard. It'll be operationalized by the Secretary of the Army, Dan Driscoll, through the D.C. Guard. You will see them flowing into the streets of Washington in the coming week. At your direction as well, sir, there are other units we are prepared to bring in. Other National Guard units, other specialized units. They will be strong, they will be tough, and they will stand with their law enforcement partners. This is nothing new for DOD. As the President noted, at the border, we've got 10,000 troops down there who've been operating in defense cooperation areas, defense zones, where there's zero illegal crossings because of troops on strikers scanning the border. We've been protecting other people's borders for 20 years. It's about time we protect our own. And we're working with ICE and CBP. In Los Angeles, we did the same thing, working with the California National Guard, working with ICE officers. ICE officers deserve to do their job and not be attacked. We will work alongside all D.C. police and federal law enforcement to ensure this city is safe, this city is beautiful. And as I always say about President Trump to the troops, he has their back. And my message to the National Guard and federal law enforcement in Washington is, we have your back as well. Be tough, be strong. We're right behind you. Thank you, Mr. President.
I'm going to ask Pam, because she's now, as you heard me say, she's really in charge of a lot of what we're talking about. She's done an incredible job. People are going to start to see the fruits of her labor. And Pam, maybe you could say a few words about what we're talking about here.
Sure, President. Let me be crystal clear.
Order
Crime
filled.
in D.C. is ending and ending today. We are going to use every power we have to fight criminals here. President, thank you for
Taking this short.
our capital. Families come here every summer. Our museums are free. We have the National Zoo. We have the National Gallery. D.C. should be a place where everyone can come and feel safe. Behind me and to my side, we have some of the best career law enforcement and prosecutors in the country who are ready to take this on. As the President said, Terry Cole is going to be supervising the Metro Police Department. Gadi Saralta, our U.S. Marshal, is going to be supervising command and control, the entire operation. Our Deputy Attorney General, Todd Blanche, and I will be working with them closely. along with our great FBI director, Kash Patel. Kash is going to talk to you in a minute about what we did in Virginia recently with Governor Youngkin. Many of you covered that, and it was tremendously successful. Not only that, our secret weapon here in D.C. is U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro, one of the toughest prosecutors and a former judge, and she is going to be talking about juvenile crime, how it's out of control here, and what she's going to do to fight back. No more crime rampant in our beautiful capital. No more teenage girls beating a disabled man to death. No more of that. No more drive-bys. We're going to do everything we can. And working with the ATF Director Driscoll and Commander of the Army, we're going to all work together. That's what we all do in this room. We work together. We fight. Do not underestimate one person in this room. We're going to make D.C. beautiful. We're going to make D.C. safe again. One other thing, just at the wharf a few days ago, the area of the wharf, Terry Cole reached out to me, not even nightfall, on the weekend, where so many families in tourists go. A guy's overdosing from fentanyl on a park bench in the middle of families around. They administer Narcan and saved his life. No more